Good evening, class. My name is Mr. Dr. Andrew Steele, and I have more degrees than I would like to get into right now, so let's just skip that part. I'm going to be presenting my final project for the Selling Strategically class, and it is going to be on the riveting topic of creating value, I'm a professional, utilizing the persuasive presentation strategy. So, without further ado, let's dive right into it, shall we? What is persuasion? Thanks for asking. I was just about to get to that. Persuasion is the rational approach of trying to convince a consumer that your option is better, or your outcome, service, anything is better, really, of better quality, better for them, and that it meets more of their needs than whatever they're currently using. The process involved in rational persuasion is outlining the benefits of a certain product in a way that appeals to the emotions of the consumer, in a way that effectively addresses their concerns and can sometimes charm them to accepting your offer. There's a lot of different ways to rationally approach persuading people, and the ultimate goal is to create a win-win scenario with the person that you're attempting to sell to and yourself. Why persuade? It's a very pressing question, and I'll hit you with another question. Why would you ask a question I just answered? Come on, people, we got to stay on top of this. Persuasion has a lot of benefits. Both parties get what they want, ultimately. And if a consumer needs something but doesn't realize it, then the salesperson can meet their needs while also helping them get a product that serves a bigger purpose in their life. Like, say, for example, I'll get into more examples later, but say, for example, a doctor is unwilling to part with their current supplier of a certain anesthetic, but that anesthetic has proven that it causes more people to wake up during procedures. A salesperson comes along with a higher rate anesthetic, a better one, and the doctor must make a choice. Let's say it's more pricey. The doctor must make a choice as to whether they choose the well-being of their customers or their own pockets. So, with a rational approach, you can outline why the ethical way of serving the customer is better, is more effective, and will ultimately result in better reviews for the doctor and more business down the line. How to create value. The most important thing necessary in the process of value creation is appealing to the needs of the customer. In the method outlined in class, we demonstrated how to create value effectively through the process of building rapport, understanding their needs, and acknowledging every objection that they had to a certain product. After we do this process, we can effectively assure that the customer will be more confident in our product and will, in turn, be more comfortable with buying large quantities of it or any quantity of it. Other effective methods of value creation, outlining the benefits of the product and demonstrating how the product is superior to a consumer's directly. You can do this through demonstration, through direct comparison, and through other methods such as acknowledging certain reviews and acknowledging past contracts that have been done by you or your firm or your company or whatever it is. Value creation is for everyone. Any service or product that has someone satisfied at the end of it can be ultimately boosted with value creation. Ultimately, the goal is to make the product more attractive to the consumer and make them more comfortable with purchasing it and more comfortable with the benefits that come with that. So let's just move that on to the next slide. Well, let's have a little demonstration. I've been talking all this so much, and I have to prove myself as a real professional. I got my chops in the business world. So let's have a demonstration of effective versus ineffective communication. So let's start with effective. Now, this is at a board meeting in an accounting firm. Now, I'll be portraying the boss and an employee. All right, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Boss, before we wrap up, I'd like to bring something up. My team and I have worked extraordinarily hard on the D'Onofrio contract in South Los Angeles, and I believe that after working exceptionally hard and earning this firm an exceptional amount, my team could potentially be considered for an extra vacation work week. Now, if you have concerns with this, I would love to address them with you. right now or in a private setting, but I believe that our firm has worked, or that our team has worked hard enough to earn this. Well, I reviewed the numbers for the D'Onofrio contract, and I have to say I was very impressed. I was planning on rewarding your team somehow. I just hadn't thought of an idea yet, but that's a fantastic idea. Let me get back to you on that, and I'll let you know within short notice as to whether or not that gets approved. Thank you, boss. That was effective persuasion. Effective persuasion led both parties to ultimately get what they want, one being acknowledgement and the other being the guaranteed continued hard work of this team because of the distribution of reward. Now, the ineffective method of communication I'll be portraying is attempting to get someone you're interested in over to your dorm in Murphy to play Fortnite. Now, this proposition might not seem as attractive as getting an extra vacation week off, but the same methods of persuasion can be used, and they can be used very wrong in this method. So let's demonstrate. I'll be playing Jonas, and Jonas is very interested in Katie, and he's trying to invite Katie over to his apartment, or his dormitory in the Murphy area for a nice Netflix and chill session. So let's begin. Hey girl, why don't you come over to my dorm tonight? Play some Fortnite, hang out. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know about that. Do you have is your roommate, gone or something? Nah, he's there, but he's pretty chill. So, he'll be, cool, you know? I don't know. I kind of have a problem with that. Well, I'm not gonna address your concern because that wouldn't make sense. So you should come over and we can all hang out, you, me, my roommate, and we'll just chill, play Fortnite. No part of that deal really sounds appealing to me, so I'm probably gonna have to not accept that deal. Damn, girl, you stressing me out. I'm going to put the weight of this burden on you and say it's your fault. And then block you on Snapchat. Thank you. And that's a scene. As you can see, the methods practiced in the second form of communication, the ineffective one, could have followed a similar path as the first one, where the benefits or the reasoning was acknowledged, and then the follow-through with why this team or why this certain reward is deserved or why this certain product should be bought. It's basically cyclical in the sense that as long as a desire to acknowledge concerns is addressed and a desire to continue the relationship in a beneficial way is also desired. I said desire a lot, didn't I? Another example, one I experienced recently. In the recent Juul phenomenon that has been sweeping Gainesville, I caved and I purchased one. Naturally, here it is. Perfect working condition, of course. Not really, it's pretty broken. But I purchased this, and it comes equipped with a regular standard Juul pod. Now, these are expensive. This is where Juul makes most of their money. The effective persuasion of the salesperson at Modern Age, after I believed I lost this one, he effectively persuaded me to purchase another one that was more expensive and naturally came in a different color, a fancier color, a more expensive color. He persuaded me to purchase the more expensive option by making it clear to me that if I was using my Juul with a group of people, as one often does, it would be easier to distinguish between the two. Because every Juul comes in this color, but this is unique. So this persuaded me to purchase the more expensive option. And then he persuaded me to purchase something different than the regular pod. He persuaded me to purchase a pod that has, he persuaded me to purchase a pod called a zip pod. Now, he did this by outlining the benefits. Once again, he addressed my concern of price which I wanted a lower price, he addressed my concern by stating that the price is lower. And then he outlined the benefits by demonstrating the flavors and the fact that the Zip Pod holds more than the other one. So, at a lower price, more flavor advantages, and a larger quantity of juice, I was persuaded effectively to purchase the new product. And it works quite well. I do not regret my decision, and I will probably continue to buy based on the salesperson's recommendations. So let's move on to the next part of our presentation, which is the conclusion. In conclusion, effective communication comes in many forms, but there are only a few ways that people like to be persuaded. Ethical practices of persuasion are great and often result in stronger business-consumer relations, and if the needs are effectively addressed, then you will guarantee a positive relationship and a positive experience overall for both the consumer and the salesperson. Anyway, thank you very much for viewing my presentation on effective communication utilizing the creating value utilizing the persuasion strategy, ultimately resulting in more effective communication and better business overall. Have a good day, class. Thank you.